Welcome back, viewers. As you are likely well aware, the Amhara region of Ethiopia has been engulfed in a protracted and highly intense conflict that shows no signs of abating. The central players in this prolonged struggle are the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, ENDF, and the Amhara Fano forces, who have been locked in fierce combat on multiple fronts. This conflict has had far-reaching consequences, both for the region and Ethiopia as a whole, and continues to threaten stability and security. One of the most alarming developments in this ongoing crisis is the recent escalation of hostilities in the vicinity of Bahir city, which serves as the capital of the Amhara region. This city, with its historical and cultural significance, is not only a symbol of Amhara identity, but also a crucial political and economic center. It plays a pivotal role in the Amhara region's governance and serves as a hub for trade, education, and healthcare services. The city's population is substantial, making it a densely inhabited urban area. Recent reports have painted a troubling picture of the situation near Bahir city. According to information from a variety of sources, the area surrounding Bahir has become a battleground, with heavy fighting erupting in close proximity to the city. In fact, there are distressing accounts suggesting that the conflict has encroached upon the city's very outskirts, placing Bahir and its residents in immediate peril. What adds to the gravity of the situation is the claim made by Amhara Fano forces regarding their victory in the vicinity of Bahir city. These claims assert that after a grueling and intense confrontation, Meshenti, a strategic location situated near Bahir, has fallen under the control of Amhara Fano forces. This development is deeply significant, as it implies a potential shift in the balance of power within the region. The implications of this escalation are far-reaching and profoundly concerning. Bahir's significance, not only in regional but also national terms, cannot be overstated. Any threats to its stability and security have a ripple effect that extends well beyond the city's limits. The heavy guns and artillery fire reported by residents emanating from the vicinity of the city underscore the immediate danger faced by the civilian population. Residents in the area have reported hearing the sounds of heavy artillery and gunfire uncomfortably close to Bahir city itself. These reports strongly suggest that the fighting has inched dangerously close to the city's boundaries. The implications of such a scenario are profoundly distressing, as it puts the lives and property of civilians at grave risk. Bahir, being a populous urban center, is particularly vulnerable to the impacts of armed conflict. If the fighting were to encroach further into the city, there is a well-founded fear for the safety of its residents and their property. The potential consequences for the civilian population are deeply alarming, and it underscores the urgency of finding a peaceful resolution to the conflict in the Amhara region. This week, a series of reports have emerged, creating significant confusion regarding the status of the Ethiopian Defense Force in the Amhara region of Ethiopia. Various Ethiopian news outlets have extensively covered this issue, but upon closer examination, it becomes evident that the situation is far more intricate than initially portrayed. Contrary to the notion of a complete withdrawal, recent reports suggest that the Ethiopian Defense Force is not retreating from the region, but rather engaged in a multifaceted strategy. This strategy appears to involve both consolidating control over zonal towns and districts, while simultaneously maintaining its presence in major urban centers within the Amhara region. These developments have been observed in several key areas, including Gorgora, Menth, Debre Tabor, and from multiple directions within the regional capital, Bahir. It is essential to underscore that these updates are primarily based on information sourced from Ethio News, an outlet known for its close collaboration with local sources throughout the region. Consequently, the assertion that the Ethiopian Defense Force is unequivocally in the process of withdrawing from the region appears, at the very least, to be a misleading oversimplification of the situation. Adding to the complexity, there is clear evidence that ongoing confrontations persist between the Ethiopian Defense Force and Fano combatants in numerous locations within the Amhara region. This protracted conflict has understandably raised grave concerns regarding the safety and well-being of the local population caught in the crossfire. Most alarmingly, reports have surfaced detailing widespread and severe human rights violations occurring in the region since the Ethiopian government's deployment of the Defense Force, ostensibly under the pretense of disarming Fano. These reported rights abuses are disproportionately targeted at ethnic Amhara and have taken on disturbing characteristics resembling ethnic cleansing and genocide. Among the reported violations, government forces have been accused of indiscriminately targeting civilian areas with heavy artillery, resulting in the tragic loss of numerous innocent lives in multiple towns across the region. Additionally, recurring drone attacks have taken a heavy toll, claiming the lives of hundreds of civilians. Furthermore, reports have emerged regarding extrajudicial executions in various towns, further exacerbating the loss of life and raising questions about the rule of law and justice in the region. Importantly, these allegations have been corroborated by various human rights organizations, including the United Nations, adding to the urgency and gravity of the situation. As this complex and deeply concerning situation continues to unfold, it remains too early to definitively conclude whether the Ethiopian government's statements regarding the withdrawal of its defense force are genuine or part of a broader diplomatic strategy aimed at obfuscating an organized offensive against ethnic Amhara. However, it is noteworthy that, for the first time, the massacre of ethnic Amhara has become a topic of international discussion and concern, reaching platforms such as the United Nations. Prior to this international attention, it is essential to recognize that Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's administration oversaw a tragic loss of tens of thousands of lives among ethnic Amhara in various parts of Ethiopia, with a significant concentration of these incidents occurring in the Oromia region. The situation in the Amhara region remains highly fluid and uncertain, with the international community closely monitoring developments with deep concern for the welfare of the affected populations and the broader implications for regional stability.